Hey everybody, so Pew Research asks, how much do you know about digital topics? Text your knowledge on digital topics and terms by taking our 10 question quiz. Then see how your answers compare with the results of a nationally representative poll of 4,272 randomly selected United States adults conducted June 3rd to June 17th, 2019, using Pew Research Center's American Trends panel. When you finish, you'll be able to compare your score with other Americans who took the quiz and see the correct answer for each question. The analysis of the findings from the poll can be found in the full report, Americans and Digital Knowledge. Take the quiz and share results with us on Twitter at Pew Internet. Okay, let's give it a whirl here. Press next. Digital Knowledge Quiz. Is a website uses cookies, it means that the site can see the content of all the files on the device you're using? No. Is not a risk to infect your device with a computer virus? True, but not exactly. Will automatically prompt you to update your web browser software if it is out of date? No. Let's see here. Can track your visits and activity on the site? Yes. So that's what that means. Okay. Next. Which of the following is the largest source of revenue for most major social media platforms? Let's see here. Exclusive licensing deals with internet service providers and cell phone manufacturers, allowing companies to purchase advertisements on their platforms, hosting conferences for social media influencers? No. Providing consulting services to corporate clients? No, not sure, no. Again, the question is, which of the following is the largest source of revenue for most major social media platforms? And the answer should be allowing companies to purchase advertisements on their platforms. Next. When a website has a privacy policy, it means that the site has created a contract between itself and its users about how it will use its data, will not share its users' personal information with third parties, adheres to federal guidelines about deceptive advertising practices, does not retain any personal identifying information about its users. It means it's created a contract between itself and its users about how it will use its data, or their data, excuse me. Next. What does it mean when a website has HTTPS at the beginning of its URL as opposed to HTTP without the S? Information entered into the site is encrypted. The content on the site is safe for children. The site is only accessible to people in certain countries. The site has been verified as trustworthy. I'm not sure. It means the information entered in the site is encrypted. Next. When might someone encounter a phishing scam? In an email, on social media, in a text message, on a website, all of the above, none of the above? Well, technically, you could encounter them in all of the above, really. Next. Which two companies listed below are both owned by Facebook? Twitter and Instagram? Nope. Snapchat and WhatsApp? Nope. WhatsApp and Instagram? Yep. Twitter and Snapchat? Nope. Not sure. WhatsApp and Instagram. Next. The term net neutrality describes the principle that internet service providers should treat all traffic on their networks equally. Social media platforms must give equal visibility to conservative liberal points of view. Nope. Online advertisers cannot post ads for housing or jobs that are only visible to people of a certain race? Nope. The government cannot censor online speech? Nope, not sure. It means this one. Internet service providers should treat all traffic on their networks equally. Next. Many web browsers offer a feature known as private browsing or incognito mode. If someone opens a web page on their computer at work using incognito mode, which of the following groups will not be able to see their online activities? The group that runs their company's internal computer network, their company's internet service provider, a coworker who uses the same computer, the websites they visit while in private browsing mode. So that should be, if you're going in incognito mode and you're at work, it means the group that runs the company's internal computer network. Next. It's kind of a logic question there. Some websites and online services use a security process known as a two-step or two-factor authentication. Which of the following images is an example of two-factor authentication? Customer login, user and password. Enter your 6-digit code. We send a code to blank. Okay, login. Morning overlook. Confirm your security, image, and keyword. Enter your password. Please enter your security, all of the above. Please enter your security questions. These questions will help us identify your identity. Let's see here. The question is, which of the two-factor identification? Well, you got login, that's 1, and then enter your 6-digit code, that's 2. If you send the code, okay. Morning overlook, that's in type the 2 words, that's not two-factor. Confirm your security, image, and keyword. Enter your password, that's 1. Okay. And then please answer your security questions. That's 1. So it's not all of the above. Two-factor is when you have to confirm your security, image, and keyword. Really, two-factor is when you have to answer 2 questions at once. Okay. So really, you have to log in, username and password, and then enter your 6-digit code. So it should be A. Okay. And although technically you could say it's A and C, because you could say confirm your security, image, and keyword. That's your image. Well, not really. A is the better example. That one's a little tricky. Who is this technology leader? Jack Dorsey. Woohoo! Yeah. Submit. All right. I answered 9 of 10 questions correctly. You scored better than 94% of the public, below 2% of the public, and the same as 4%. Interesting. You know, the way this thing is worded, some of the questions, I'm trying to figure which one I missed, and not surprisingly, it's this one, the two-factor authentication, and it's because of the way they were designed. Okay, so the questions weren't designed well at all. Of course, now I'm in the business, and I should have scored 100%. But on the other hand, the reason I didn't was because this stupid blank question here, which they should have. Notice I can go back to. I can't. But remember, 9 out of 10 was the CAPTCHA question, and we had the picture examples. And technically, one of those examples does qualify as two-factor. So that wasn't cool. All right, let me scroll down here, at least see what the answer was. It says many web browsers. Oh, they say I got this one wrong. Oh, and I did correctly answer the CAPTCHA question. And that one. So wait a minute, this is weird. Look, all right. It says I missed the net neutrality one. I did, okay. It says many web browsers answer feature known as private browsing. You answered, The correct answer is a coworker uses the same computer. Okay. That's interesting. Private browsing. So a coworker uses the same computer, can't tell where I was doing. But if I use private browsing or incognito mode, let me do something here. Let me just copy paste this one. Okay. Copy. And right here. And then paste this right there, right? Okay. Incognito mode. It should be giving me incognito mode. Instead, it's giving me my own website. Browse in private. Okay. And how do I go incognito? And 9 ways to activate incognito mode. And let's see here. Turning on, what is an incognito mode? Okay. Computer Hope. What is incognito mode, right? Let's click on that. Alternatively referred to as private browsing, in private browsing, or private window. Incognito mode is internet browser that prevents browsing history from being stored. Normally, when you visit any web page, any text, pictures, or cookies required by the page are stored locally in your computer. Additionally, any searches or forms that are filled may be stored in autocomplete fields. Incognito mode forgets this data when you close the browser window or doesn't store it at all. Okay. It is, if your computer has monitoring software like parental controls or key loggers, they can still capture and monitor everything you're doing, even if you're in private browsing mode. Monitoring can also be done at the network level, which means any school or corporate monitoring that may be running the network could also capture any private browsing. Your IP address. Okay, so that means that their answer regarding work was correct. Okay, so there, all right. But the bottom line is that a lot of the questions that they ask regarding here are highly technical, that I don't expect a lot of people to understand, although it's a good idea that they do. For example, HTTPS versus HTTP, those are concepts that generally, if you're building a website and you're running multiple websites as I am, you want to know that that sort of thing. You have to, because otherwise you could damage, in the worst case, you could do something that damages your server. Okay. Or break your website, right? So, but for Pew to say that this is an indication of some sort of digital ignorance, I question that. I really do question that. I think that's a bit of a reach.